Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in everyone's life when you realize reacting isn't always worth it. It's tempting, isn't it? To clap back, to explain yourself, to fight for your side. But let me tell you something powerful. Silence is a response too. And it's often the strongest one you can give. Here's the truth: you can't control what people say or do, but you can control how you respond. And sometimes the best response is no response at all. Cutting people off silently isn't about weakness, it's about wisdom. It's about choosing your peace over their chaos. Think about it. Every time you react, you give them a piece of your energy, your peace, your joy. But when you stay silent and walk away, you say, "You don't get to disrupt my world." That, my friends, is self-respect. And let's be real, it's not easy. We live in a world where people want to provoke you, to pull you into their drama. But here's what I've learned: actions speak louder than words. Cutting someone off without fanfare and without a single word, that speaks volumes. It says, "I'm not playing your game." When you do this, something amazing happens. You create space for yourself, space to heal, to grow, to thrive. You take all that energy you would have spent arguing, defending, explaining, and you pour it back into yourself. You invest in your dreams, your health, your joy. But let me tell you, the best part: setting boundaries isn't just about you. It's a ripple effect. When you show others how to treat you by refusing to engage in toxicity, you inspire them to do the same. You teach them that peace is possible, that silence can be powerful, and that walking away is an act of self-love. So today I challenge you: don't react. Cut them off silently. Let your actions speak. And remember this: you owe it to yourself to choose peace over chaos, self-respect over validation, and growth over drama. Because you, my friend, deserve a life that isn't just lived, but truly loved. Silence is a force unlike any other. It's not just the absence of sound, it's the presence of self-control, clarity, and intention. In a world that constantly demands a reaction, silence is a choice, a bold statement that says, "I value my peace more than engaging with this noise." When someone provokes you, the natural instinct is to respond. We want to defend ourselves, correct the narrative, or make our feelings known. But here's the thing: reacting often gives the other person exactly what they're looking for: your energy. Silence, on the other hand, takes away that power. It's a refusal to play into the chaos, an act of reclaiming control over your emotions and actions. Silence doesn't mean you're weak or submissive. In fact, it takes incredible strength to remain quiet when every fiber of your being is urging you to lash out. It's a discipline, a skill that requires you to rise above the situation and focus on what truly matters. Instead of reacting impulsively, you take a step back, observe, and decide whether the situation even deserves your attention. More often than not, it doesn't. Choosing silence allows you to protect your peace. Not every battle is yours to fight, and not every opinion deserves a response. By remaining silent, you prioritize your well-being over the need to be right or to be heard in a moment of conflict. It's about saying, "I'm not going to let this disrupt my inner world." Silence also carries a unique kind of power. It's a mirror that forces others to confront their own behavior. When you don't react, it leaves them with their own words, their own actions, and their own accountability. It creates a space for reflection. Whether they choose to use that space or not is up to them. And let's not forget, silence is a form of communication. It speaks volumes about your priorities, your boundaries, and your values. It says, "I'm choosing my peace, I'm choosing myself." In the end, silence is about reclaiming your energy and redirecting it towards something more meaningful. Instead of engaging with negativity, you channel that energy into growth, healing, and building the life you deserve. It's not about shutting down, it's about leveling up. And in that silence, you'll find strength, clarity, and the freedom to move forward on your own terms. Preserving self-respect is one of the most empowering acts you can undertake in your life. It begins with the recognition that your worth isn't determined by how others treat you, but by how you choose to respond and carry yourself. When faced with disrespect, negativity, or toxic behavior, your reaction or lack thereof becomes a declaration of your boundaries and values. There's an undeniable dignity in choosing not to engage with situations or people that undermine your self-worth. Walking away silently doesn't mean you're avoiding confrontation. It means you've decided that your energy and peace are too valuable to waste. It's an assertion of your self-respect, a way of saying, I know my value, and I refuse to lower myself to meet you on your level. Engaging in arguments, defending yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, or retaliating against provocations often diminishes your power. It draws you into a space where your emotions might spiral out of control. And for what? To prove a point? To win a fleeting victory? Preserving self-respect is about recognizing that some battles aren't worth fighting, because they come at the cost of your inner peace and dignity. Choosing silence in these moments allows you to stand tall and maintain your composure. It's not about ignoring problems, but about addressing them in a way that aligns with your values. Sometimes the best resolution is removing yourself entirely, refusing to let anyone pull you into their chaos. By doing so, you communicate something far more profound. My self-respect is not negotiable. This act of self-preservation also strengthens your sense of identity. It reinforces the idea that you don't need external validation to feel whole. Your worth isn't contingent on someone else's opinion or behavior. When you choose to disengage rather than react, you affirm that your peace is your priority, and that's a testament to the respect you hold for yourself. The beauty of preserving self-respect lies in its ripple effect. When you hold yourself to a standard, others are forced to adjust their behavior around you or risk being excluded from your life. You set a tone, showing the world and yourself that you won't tolerate anything less than kindness, respect, and understanding. In every moment, remember this self-respect isn't something anyone else can give you. It's a gift you give yourself every time you choose silence over drama, boundaries over compromise, and peace over chaos. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Choosing peace over chaos is a decision to prioritize your well-being in a world that often thrives on noise and conflict. It's a conscious act of stepping away from negativity, drama, and toxic interactions to protect the serenity of your mind and soul. In moments of tension, it's easy to get swept up in the storm, but choosing peace means you've decided that the calm within you is more valuable than winning an argument or proving a point. This choice doesn't imply avoidance or passivity, rather. It reflects a deep understanding of what truly matters. It's about recognizing that not every fight deserves your participation and not every provocation warrants your response. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to remain silent, walk away, and let the chaos resolve itself without your involvement. Choosing peace requires inner strength. It means resisting the urge to react emotionally even when your patience is tested. It's about taking a step back, breathing, and asking yourself, is this worth disturbing my inner harmony? More often than not, the answer is no. By not engaging, you're protecting your energy and ensuring that you're not drawn into someone else's turmoil. This decision also reflects maturity and self-awareness. You begin to understand that peace isn't something external, it's an internal state that you have the power to nurture and protect. Chaos may surround you, but it doesn't have to consume you. You learn to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. And that shift transforms how you experience the world. Choosing peace over chaos also sets a standard for how you want to live your life. It's a declaration that you value harmony, balance, and positivity, and you're willing to let go of anything or anyone that disrupts those values. It might mean distancing yourself from certain people, declining certain invitations, or simply saying no when your instincts tell you to. And while those decisions can be challenging, they're ultimately liberating. At its core, choosing peace is an act of self-love. It's a way of honoring yourself and your needs, of affirming that your mental and emotional well-being are non-negotiable. By consistently making this choice, you create a life that feels lighter, more joyful, and more aligned with who you truly are. And in doing so, you inspire others to seek and prioritize their own peace as well. actions speak louder than words because they reveal the truth of a person's intentions and character in ways that words alone never can. It's easy to make promises, to talk about what should be done, or to apologize repeatedly for the same mistakes. But the real measure of sincerity, commitment, and change lies in what people do, not what they say. When you choose to let your actions do the talking, you step into a space of authenticity and power. You no longer need to explain yourself or prove a point with endless words. Instead, you embody your values and decisions through how you live and what you do. This creates a clarity that words often cannot provide, because actions leave no room for doubt. They are tangible, undeniable evidence of your priorities and intentions. This principle applies not only to how you hold others accountable, but also to how you hold yourself accountable. If you value growth, you don't just talk about self-improvement, you take steps to better yourself. If you value peace, you don't just ask for it, you actively remove yourself from chaos and cultivate calm. Through your actions, you demonstrate what truly matters to you. There is also a quiet strength in choosing action over reaction. Instead of engaging in arguments or trying to persuade someone with words, you show them through your behavior what you will and won't tolerate. For instance, walking away from toxic relationships without a dramatic exit speaks volumes about your boundaries and self-respect. It sends a clear message: I won't stay where I am not valued or respected. When someone wrongs you, words of apology can only go so far. It's their actions that will determine whether the apology is genuine. Do they change their behavior? Do they make an effort to rebuild trust? Similarly, when you make commitments to yourself or others, following through on those commitments shows integrity and earns respect in a way that words never could. Living with the understanding that actions carry more weight than words also helps simplify life. You begin to focus less on what people say and more on what they do. This clarity saves you from unnecessary confusion and allows you to invest your energy in relationships and situations that align with your values. Actions are the truest reflection of a person's character. They show who you are and what you stand for in ways that words alone cannot. By choosing to lead with action, you set a powerful example for yourself and those around you, demonstrating that integrity, respect, and effort are not just spoken about, they are lived. The ripple effect of boundaries extends far beyond the immediate situations where they are set. Boundaries are not just lines you draw to protect your energy, they are a declaration of your values, priorities, and self-worth. When you establish clear boundaries, you create a foundation for healthier relationships, greater self-respect, and a life aligned with your personal goals. But what's even more powerful is how those boundaries influence the people around you and the environments you inhabit. Setting boundaries teaches others how to treat you. When you communicate your limits, whether through words or actions, you show people what is acceptable and what is not. Over time, they adjust their behavior to meet your standards, or they choose to remove themselves. Either way, the result is a space where mutual respect can thrive. This clarity benefits everyone involved because it eliminates confusion and prevents resentment from unspoken expectations. The effects of boundaries are not limited to your immediate relationships. When you uphold your boundaries, you inspire others to do the same. People notice when you say no without guilt, when you walk away from toxicity, or when you protect your peace unapologetically. Your actions become a model of self-respect, encouraging those around you to evaluate their own boundaries and take steps to prioritize their well-being. Boundaries also create a ripple effect within your own life. When you honor your limits, you free up energy and time for the things that truly matter. You're no longer weighed down by the stress of overcommitting, tolerating disrespect, or navigating situations that drain you. Instead, you can invest that energy into your passions, relationships, and personal growth. This shift doesn't just benefit you, it enriches the lives of those who share your journey, as you're able to show up for them as your best, most authentic self. Moreover, boundaries transform the dynamics of any group or community you're part of. Whether it's within a family, a workplace, or a circle of friends, your boundaries set a tone. They encourage a culture of honesty, accountability, and mutual respect. Over time, this creates an environment where people feel safe and empowered to express themselves without fear of being taken advantage of. Perhaps the most profound ripple effect of boundaries is the sense of empowerment they foster. When you honor your needs and protect your peace, you send a powerful message to yourself: I am worthy of respect and care. This belief strengthens your confidence, improves your mental health, and builds a life that feels fulfilling and aligned with your values. In the end, boundaries are not barriers, they are bridges to better relationships, healthier environments, and a stronger sense of self. The ripple effect they create touches every corner of your life and inspires others to do the same, proving that boundaries are not just acts of self-preservation, they are acts of love and liberation. Reclaiming your energy is one of the most transformative acts of self-care you can undertake. Your energy is your most valuable resource. It fuels your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and ultimately the life you create. Yet, in a world filled with distractions, demands, and negativity, it's easy to let your energy get drained by things that don't serve you. Reclaiming it starts with recognizing where it's being lost and taking deliberate steps to bring it back to yourself. One of the biggest ways energy gets depleted is through toxic relationships and unnecessary conflicts. Engaging in arguments, trying to prove yourself to people who don't value you, or holding on to relationships that drain you takes a significant toll on your mental and emotional well-being. Reclaiming your energy means walking away from those situations, not with anger or bitterness, but with clarity and self-respect. It's choosing not to pour yourself into battles that aren't worth fighting. Another way energy slips away is through overcommitment and people-pleasing. Saying yes to things that don't align with your priorities, taking on too much, or constantly putting others' needs ahead of your own leaves you depleted and resentful. Reclaiming your energy involves learning to say no without guilt, setting boundaries that protect your time, and focusing on what truly matters to you. Reclaiming your energy also requires awareness of how you spend your mental and emotional resources. Dwelling on past mistakes, worrying about the future, or ruminating over things you can't control drains your capacity to live fully in the present. By practicing mindfulness and redirecting your thoughts toward gratitude and purpose, you reclaim the power of the moment. You let go of what no longer serves you and focus on what helps you grow. Physical and environmental factors play a role too. Surrounding yourself with clutter, chaos, or negativity, whether in your home, your work environment, or your social circles, takes a subtle but persistent toll on your energy. Reclaiming it might mean creating a space that feels peaceful and uplifting, spending time with people who energize and inspire you, or simply taking care of your body through rest, nourishment, and movement. At its core, reclaiming your energy is about ownership. It's a recognition that your energy belongs to you, and you have the right to decide where and how it's spent. It's not about withdrawing from the world, but about engaging with it, intentionally choosing activities, relationships, and environments that fill you up rather than drain you. When you reclaim your energy, you step into your power. You begin to show up as your best self, not weighed down by the demands of others or the distractions of negativity. This renewed energy allows you to pursue your goals with focus, nurture your relationships with love, and live a life that feels vibrant and aligned with your values. It's not just about taking your energy back, it's about channeling it into what truly makes you thrive. In the end, the choice to protect your peace, preserve your self-respect, and reclaim your energy is a profound act of self-love. It's about recognizing that you have the power to create a life that aligns with your values, a life that uplifts and fulfills you. By cutting off negativity silently, setting boundaries unapologetically, and letting your actions speak for themselves, you send a clear message to the world and to yourself that you are worthy of respect, peace, and joy. This isn't about shutting people out or avoiding challenges. It's about choosing growth over stagnation, clarity over chaos, and freedom over chaos, and freedom over entanglement. When you prioritize your well-being, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of positivity and empowerment. So as you move forward, remember this: your energy is your most precious resource, your peace is your foundation, and your self-respect is non-negotiable. Live in a way that reflects these truths. Speak less, act more, and let the life you build be the loudest testament to your strength and wisdom. Thank you.